good, baby. Good, Tyler. Seriously. Very good. Interesting. Let's see who's on. Hey, Happy Trekker. It must be pretty late for you there. Sorry, I'm eating my breakfast. Maybe not the best breakfast in the world, but it's got good things in it. Cranberries, almonds, granola, and Greek yogurt. Oh, are you? Okay. I tried to come on a little sooner, but I just had to get things situated before I started. This is one of the mixes, trail mixes made by this company that's in Texas called Nature's Eats. And I love their stuff. This is called Breakfast, and this one's called the Energy. I feel like I'm selling something. I'm not trying to sell something. I'm just telling you what I'm eating. 12:30 a.m. Oh, yes, dear. You should go to sleep. Oh, good. I'm glad you said hi, though. Sometimes I'm up that late, too. I hope you're feeling better. I found this cup, this coffee mug, at a store recently, and I just had to have it. It has the Texas shape. Oh, good. I'm glad. Lots of rest, water. Hey, Penny. I was just telling Happy Trekker about this mug that I bought. It has Texas on it and blue bonnets. They kind of look like this. Not exactly, but mostly. And then it said, hey, y'all. And I'm always saying, hi, y'all, or hey, y'all. And I said, I saw that. I gotta have it. Hey, Kenny. You like my new mug? I can fit 2 cups of coffee into this thing, and I did this morning. Good stuff. I love the colors, blue, lots of blue. Awesome. And of course it's got the lid with a hole there you can drink from or put your straw. I like using these little straws. So there's that. Yeah, thank you. Do you know what Buc-ee's is, Kenny? it may just be in the South. It's just a really huge convenience store. Just think of 7-Eleven on steroids. And they have all kinds of things to sell besides food. They had a whole line of items with this on it. And I wanted everything, of course, but this was the thing I wanted the most, and so I got that. Maybe next time we go, I can get something else. Hey, Bee. Thanks for coming. No, I'm not going to swatch today. Well, not on stream anyway. I'm still trying to put together all my sets. Remember that crazy thing I was doing? Well, I'm to the browns now, which is good because after that is the grays and I'll be done. This is from the lightest colors to the green. Some of them I had a hard time figuring out where they go. Like these colors here, at first they look yellow, and then there's some greenish in them, and then some brownish, but you put it up next to each of them and they don't really fit. So I stuck them in a section by themselves. And some of these yellows are in, like for instance the Faber-Castells, they're in the brown section, but I may, when I cut these out, I may stick them in the yellow section or the orange, because they really kind of go with that orange. Yeah, it's a crazy thing, but when I'm done, I'll be done. I'm not going to do it again. I might, if I get another set of pencils, just put them on swatch cards and then put them in the section. But I'm not going to redo this again. It's crazy. It's crazy and a big undertaking. I don't recommend it to anyone. Unless you just enjoy. I actually do enjoy it. It's just taking a long time to finish. And then you have these colors that don't exactly fit in to the categories that you want them to fit in. And you have to kind of just say, well, all right, I know that in this set, this is where they go, so I'm going to leave it there. Or you just make a whole nother section for things that don't go into anything. Hey, Shannon. Shannon, look what I got. The first thing that came to mind when I saw this was Shannon. Because she says, hey. And then I thought of myself, hey, I say, hey, y'all. Hi, y'all. Hey, y'all. And I just got it off the shelf and said, I got to have this. It's got my favorite state and my favorite flowers on it. So, isn't that cool? Yeah. I think a lot of southern states say y'all. I haven't heard too many northern states say it. They might say you all, or you'uns, us'uns. I know Tanya must have shown up because Shannon said to Abraham, hey, Noelle, did I say hi to Bee? I thought I did. It's very cute. There was a whole line of items with this on there. And of course I wanted everything, but I could only get one thing, and it was, do I want to tell you what it cost? Everything in this store, do y'all have a Buc-ee's in Tennessee? I'm not sure they made it up that far. I was telling the others earlier that it was like a convenience store, but really big. And usually all their stuff is expensive in there because it's, you know, it's a big convenience store. They do have cute stuff though, and when you find something you really, really like, then it's worth getting. This was $15, but it's ceramic and it's got Texas on it, and it says what I say. I had to have it. I just had to have it. All right. I was looking over the only 2 books of Mel Panini that I have. And there's a couple of things I started. I thought I would try to finish them rather than start a whole nother page on the stream. I probably just streamed for about 2 hours today. Here's one that I started. I thought I might finish. I kind of started on the background on that. So there's just a few flowers left. Or I could finish this one. Funny, I started this one on our camping trip. Can you believe I took my ink tints on the camping trip with me? Oh, it's funny. I have not activated anything. I wanted to color everything in and then activate it. I think Tanya does something like that, so I thought I'd give it a try. Kind of. If I say, well, I'm going to finish this one and show it to you in the next live stream, then it kind of makes me need to finish. I think maybe I've started more than I've finished in live streams. I'm not entirely sure. I'm kind of leaning toward this one. But the others, I was going to show you that I'd started. Well, I haven't started. I thought this might be a nice one to do for a live stream. It's small. It could be done. That's winter, fall, summer, spring. So this one is the spring one. I thought it was cute. And it really doesn't have any sunflowers in here, but I also was trying to find sunflowery things. This one I was working on as a buddy color for Nico. Her group on Discord was doing this, and I used, now I'm getting on an ink tints kick because of the new colors. I thought I need to get cracking on learning how to use these a little better. This one I thought I might start new, but I don't know. The more I look at these ones that I need to finish, the more I think, well, maybe I just need to finish them. And maybe I could do this one at the same time. Yeah, aren't they? Let's see. This is the one I was working on the last time, last week. Yeah, last week, and I finished that. I just went really simple with these things. I just did them silvery, so they would contrast with the gold. And for that gold pen, I used the Artex acrylic marker. Not this one. I used the gold one. Yeah. So that's really nice. I like that. So what do y'all think? I'm kind of leaning this way. This is a bluebird. Is this a bluebird or a house finch? I can't remember. I looked it up while I was on my, yeah, I think you're right. I need to finish the whips first. Ah, there it is. It's the eastern bluebird. Can you see it? That's kind of what I was going for. I still have some brown. All right, here's a question for y'all. Let me see if I can zoom in, and then I can ask my question. Wah, wah, wah. Oh, thanks. Wah, wah, wah. My puppy is going crazy over there. He is playing with something he shouldn't, but it's not gonna hurt him or anything. All right, that's pretty good. Let me still hold it up. On this page, if I don't make you sick, what are these things in between the vines? Are those supposed to be more leaves? I mean, I could just make it darker green. What is your opinion? It is not sure what those are. I think I may just make them a darker green. I don't even know what they look like. They almost look like jewelry, but I don't know if that's what they really are. What are you doing, little puppy? Moss? Yeah, I could see moss. It's quite possible that's moss. Hey, puppy. Trying to find my Inktense swatch cards. Can't seem to find them. Well, we can just practice. You did green too? Okay. Here is something called iron green. Thought I'd test out. This is not the best paper to test this on. Oh my goodness. This is the Kuretake water pins, water brush pins. Oh, now it comes out. I think that's going to be too turquoise. for moi. Mallard. I still have some of that on there. It's definitely, I don't know, that moss might be. Trying to find a mossy green. Light olive. Ah, I like that one. Hey, Yana. What is wrong with my computer? Can y'all still hear me all right? Are we spinning? I think we're okay. I'm not sure what's going on there. Gosh, I hate to sharpen these, but sometimes you just have to. Sometimes you just have to. As I've been working with the ink tints, I've learned some things. One of them, and y'all probably know this, but I mean, it's intuitive really, but the more that you put down on the paper, the darker it will be, less watery, right? And then if you put down just a little bit, you'll get that color, but it'll be very light. And that's kind of intuitive really, but it's stuff I think about. I'll go, if I only put a little bit here, it will be a lighter shade of that color. I think about things. Here's something I didn't think about. Oh my goodness. I really like this picture on the back. So I will have to put that in the TBC. I'm going to try to take this out of here. Sometimes fighting with the book is like fighting with a bear or something like that. Oh, isn't that a shame that we're losing that part? It's a shame. Okay. Yeah, I definitely want to do this picture sometime. I took it out of the book. It's free. Now then, I'll have to put paper underneath it. Yes, let's see. What did I miss? Oh, I'm sorry, B. Yeah, especially ink tints. I do not save the shavings for anything. They just go in the trash. Is it even possible to save the shavings of the ink tints, and would it be worth saving? I mean, I really sharpen as the least possible when it comes to the least possible. I think that's the way to say it. The least amount of sharpening. So not as much is used. And most of the time I don't need to sharpen them because I'm not working in a small little space like this. This one I would usually just take it from the tip. Oh, you didn't? Yeah, isn't that nice? I didn't want to take my pages out too often from any of the books, especially those that aren't perforated. Perforated? Perforated? I don't know. Perforated. But then we had that whole free the book campaign. And then I wasn't quite so upset about it. I keep changing subjects because I'll come to the end of something I'm saying and then I'll look at the, or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just keep talking about whatever I was talking about before I looked up to see what y'all were talking about. Yeah, so I don't mind taking them out. Something else I've done when I've used ink tints is I will color an area and then I will actually take some off the tip and then apply it here. And it's, gosh, this water brush is very water brushy. Anyway, it just makes it darker. So, yeah. Way too much work to save the shavings. Do one turn, yeah. I just, when it comes to these little spaces, I need a little bit of sharpening, and that's kind of what I did there. I just did it just a little bit. Ooh, I got dizzy there for a second. Anyhow, so that's how one thing I do to make something darker is color on a spot and then take more of that ink up in the pen before I put down the water on it, and it makes it darker, I guess, if I haven't already darkened it. I don't know in what situation I've really used that, but I do use it that way. I guess mainly just to get more pigment down on the one spot with the least amount of water. Of course, this one puts out a lot of water for some reason, and this one doesn't, so I like those. Hey, Ambient, how are you? I'm glad you came by. We were just talking about ink tints and different ways to use them. And how we use them. The first thing I colored in this picture were the eggs. I wanted them to be blue. And then I had to go look for a bird that lays blue eggs. And I like this one because, I don't know, I wanted to kind of, not contrast, I just wanted to put some color in here, and so that's what I did. And I don't remember what I used on these. Or what green I might have used. I might have used the apple on this. I missed something. Where did it go? Well, maybe I'll run into it in a minute. Y'all are saying it's right there, it's right there. Don't you see it? There it is. I think I might have used apple green on that, not sure. All right, so I think I have all of the dark green done there. I might actually go over some of this with pencil. Oh, I missed a berry. I don't think I used thistle. Maybe I did. Well, I'm just going to say it was thistle. It's thistle. Hey, Audrey. Let me see. These little leaves, I wasn't sure what to do exactly, if I should just color them the what I colored down here. I guess maybe that would be what I'd do. Let's go ahead and color them the same thing. So when the spot is not that big, or the spot is bigger, then I won't sharpen it. Sharpen the pencil. Was that the only place? Oh, it's down here too. I'm seeing some spots I missed, but that'll be okay because there'll be enough paint here that I can spread it around. This looks like these flowers up here, so I think maybe I used a red. A reddish color maybe. Ah, it was this one. Cherry. I've come on at 9 before, so I try to hit somewhere between 9 and 9:30, depending on if I've got a class at 8:30. If it had been just the 8 o'clock class, I might have come in at 9, but I want to make sure that I eat breakfast of some sort and decide what I'm going to do before I come in. All right, what did I use on this one? I don't think I used a gray on that. It might have been bark. Some of these vines, yeah, see, I see what I did. I used a lighter brown, and I'm using the darker brown to get some shadow on that. But it might be I can do the shadowing with a pencil, a regular color pencil. These little vines, I think I may make those the green. I was using with the leaves. Make sure I'm still in focus. Gosh, I can't wait to activate these. Of course, I gotta let it dry. I'm turning the page. So I don't necessarily mind it when a colorist turns the page, but I noticed everybody apologizes for turning the page. And so I guess there's some people that maybe get sick with the page turned. Oh, I am coloring in Circle of Life. Yes. Since it's Mel month, Mel Pamini Chatsi Peng, oh gosh, Chatsipanagiotu. I would love to hear somebody say that exactly like it's supposed to be said. I've heard it so many different ways. We generally get the first part right, Mel Pamini. I'm guessing it's right, because most people don't have trouble saying that first part. But the other part is like, we need somebody to make us a little pronunciation graph chart thing so we know exactly how to say it. Oh yeah? Okay, good. Now see, this is a spot where I might want to sharpen, but the other option is just to put a little bit. Where's that bark color? Oh, I'll use that, some lighter oak. I think oak was the other one. That is a weird looking. See, it looks like it should be bigger right here. That's just bizarre. Anyway, I'll just put a little bit of pigment down and then let the brush get into the smaller spaces. Let me darken things up around here. I keep wanting to do my regular coloring thing where I'm putting in highlights and shaded areas, things like that, but that's something I've had to learn with ink tints, is just put down that base layer, blocking in some color, and then either add, when it dries just a little bit, add some darker of the color you just activated, or put in more shade from like grays or browns or something like that. Okay, I think I've got everything except for these really thin vines. The background, I don't know. Are you ready? Are you ready to activate? Sorry. It is a heck of a name. Chatsipangio2 is. Oh. Chatsipangio2. Chatsipangio2. Greek names use the whole alphabet. Yeah, all in one name. All right. What shall I activate first? The flowers or the birds? Ooh, or the eggs. Let's do the eggs. Now, I noticed I didn't put a lot of color on there. Ooh. Very nice. So I'm just kind of, I don't know what you call it, swooshing. And then I'm doing this to dry it off a little bit before I put it down again. If it's a big section, I may do that a second time. That's just to keep so much water off the paper. And this is good paper. It's not gonna, unless you just really saturate the page with water, it's not gonna go through. It might leave a little bit of wrinkle or shadow, but it's not gonna cause too much trouble. As far as these birds go, I think I may just come back in with some gray pencil and get some of the shadowed area. As you can see, part of it's white. I'm trying to think about where my hand is and what would be, I would keep my hand out of the wet if I started over here. So I may do that. There's not much to these. I think I'll wait to do the vine part with pencil because this is just too small. Just too small. I would have to have a teeny tiny little paintbrush, which I do have a teeny tiny paintbrush, but I don't want to do that on stream. Okay. Go ahead and finish. All right, other things that I've learned with ink tints. You can definitely mix colors on a palette or right on the paper. Oh, here's this red. Maybe it was an orange. That one was orange. Uh-oh, I got some on the background. Yeah, I've got that too. I've just been too lazy to go get it, to reach over and grab it with my other hand. That's funny. So evidently I made this one orange, or I had a little bit of that green in there. That's probably what happened. Okay. The berries I was trying to get kind of a purpley color, which I think is working pretty well. I really need more water in this. Pretty good. Hey, Connie. Yeah. Like a cloth or a paper napkin. I just use paper napkins. Okay. Let's do a little more on this. Can't even see what I'm doing. Oh, I hate that that's... Sometimes you can get some of a color off if you go quickly. So you still want it to be a little wet, and that kind of helps get some of it off, but it's not always possible. All right, I think I was going to put more blue here. This is dark aquamarine. Yeah, I'm very excited about getting the new colors. I asked Derwent about it. When are they coming? And they just said summer, the summer, which could be June, July, August. Coming to America. Coming to America. Ooh, all right. Yeah, I think so too. All right. Ooh. Look at that. He's really blue. Aquamarine even. Not even the color I was looking for. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I didn't test that color out. All right, well, it'll just be an aquamarine eastern bluebird. It will just be a new bird Leslie invented. Yeah, I guess if you put it on your hand, it's going to come out somewhere. I'm going to take this extra pigment that I picked up from the bird. Kind of blend it in with this blue a little bit. All right, now I'm going to try the orange without getting into the blue. Woo-wee, this is really orange. This is really orange. Thank you. Yeah, it is a pretty color. It's just not the color I expected. It'll be all right. Okay. Okay, I'll do a little bit more up here. I'm not sure if, I think one of the dogs was flatulent. I will just say that. And it is not a pleasant odor. Oh, goodness. Hey Danielle, y'all, Longfort got a wireless EcoTank printer and she is tickled pink. Nice. Hey Kelly. Leslie's discovering that if you don't have a swatch cards for ink tints, you might end up having a turquoise and orange bluebird. And I don't mind this brown down here mixing with the green because it just adds to the picture well. Okay, here's that dark I put in earlier. Ooh. Okay, well, you can see the difference between activated and non-activated pretty well, I think. Didn't get any water out of that. Yeah, I'll probably want these flowers to be darker. Okay. Now I'm going to activate our turquoise bluebird again for here. And then use some of it to shadow the eggs. One of the things I was saying before was that I started to do more work with ink tints more when people started getting the new 28. And when the new 28 come out here from the Durant US or another US seller or Amazon, when they come out where I can get them, then I wanted to be ready for it. You know, I wanted to have, I didn't want to just get them to get them. I wanted to have a little bit of ability and experience using them before they came, before the new ones came. So that's why I'm doing that. Using them more. And I'm really having a great time using them too. It is, even if I mess up, which all of us agree, I think messing up is not a thing. You just maybe don't, it doesn't conform to your vision of something, but it's still, you can fix it, make it look different than what you envisioned, and just keep going. So I just wanted a little more experience with using these before I get them, the new ones. And I've just had a great time. Just had a great time. It starts to rain, so I'm inside now, but I did plant flowers in 5 plant pots. Awesome! Oh, did you take it out? I didn't see what the bad word was. Well, good job, Connie. Getting some things done. Oh, sorry, I'm out of frame. I didn't really feel like doing any gardening things this year. I kind of got on a kick for about two or 3 years of gardening, vegetables. And I thought, well, if I put in the right soil and put it in the right place in the yard so to get the type of sun it needs, or the shade, that it was just going to pop up all kinds of wonderful things to eat. And then, I mean, that was just, I don't know, immature, I don't know, on my part. Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? An unrealistic outcome. And so if I do all the right things, it'll pop out the way I want it to. And then I came across bugs. Okay, insects that will eat my plants. What do I do with them? Okay, I've got to get some more stuff. I got to get this thing and that thing. And then do I go organic, or do I do, non-organic? Things like that. It got me to the point of, I don't want to bother this time. I just don't want to bother. I was really excited about it. I mean, there were things that it was successful, like the okra. We got so much okra. And broccoli, we got some broccoli and peas. Mostly we got a lot of okra, which we both like, and I cooked it in different ways. But I don't know, it takes a lot of physical energy to do gardening. And this spring I've I've been fighting fatigue. Usually I do in the spring when the weather's changing. And boy, did the weather change a lot here. We've had all the seasons in a day or a week. Okay. What was I saying? Too much physical energy that I just didn't have. And I thought, I've got enough physical energy to color. And that is what I decided to focus on. Now I do need to get more exercise than I do, because sitting too long is not a good idea either. But oh, basil. Basil was another thing, and sage. Those I was able to grow pretty well. I've never been successful at tomatoes. Peppers, usually I have success with peppers, but this not last year, a year before last, really, they weren't doing well. I don't know why, but I was trying to do squash, and they were growing well. They sprouted, things were going well, and then we got these little bugs, and I couldn't get rid of them, and so we didn't have any zucchini. And, I just got discouraged. So, discouraged with lack of energy equals Leslie doesn't garden. Yeah, that was another thing, is that my husband wasn't interested in gardening. And so I would have to do it all, or ask him, could you please come do this one thing? And I didn't want to ask him that all the time, since he wasn't really into the gardening like I was. And so I just had to decide, do I want to put all of my energy into gardening, or do I want to stick with coloring and sewing, which I haven't done a lot of sewing lately either. I've got a quilt to make. I haven't started on that, which I feel bad about. So I need to work on that. So I just have so many spoons to work with. Some of you fibro people might know what spoons are. I'm certainly a lot better than I was at the beginning of the fibro thing. That was a horrible time, but I still got to be careful. Okay, I'm just trying to do this in a long row, so that I don't get my hand in the wet color. And I don't mind the brown, like I said, mixing in, because it makes the leaves and things more interesting. It is really fascinating how dry and wet they look so different. See, first you think, well, it's just going to be a regular green, and then it comes out this really yellowy green. I decided to go with a lighter green so that I could put some darker green on top. For shadows. Oh, Kenny, spoons are, they're kind of your energy levels, I guess. Normal people, or people, I would say normal, people that don't have fibro, they have a lot of spoons. And whenever they do something, they use a spoon. So, say my husband, no, father-in-law. My father-in-law has a lot of spoons. He's going to be 84, and he mows our lawn, front and back, sometimes on the same day. And so whenever he mows the lawn, he uses a certain amount of spoons, right? And he's tired. Now you can get spoons back by resting, right? But people with fibro, they have a limited amount of spoons. Let me make this into something we know. Pencils. We have a limited amount of pencils. So we have to decide on, we have to prioritize what we use our pencils on, or our spoons. And I could go out and garden, but then my spoons would be gone. And I can't always get a spoon, or a pencil in this case, back by resting. So I can still do many things. I just have to prioritize. And you probably have to do that too. You might say, well, I can't go on a mile hike or something, but I can walk around the block once. You know, it's good for you, and it doesn't use a lot of spoons. Yes, spoons mean energy. Thank you. Yeah. Hey, Pickle, thanks for coming in. I think this water pen is running out of water. Well, it does have it. Maybe I should try the one that leaks too much. Maybe I'll get more water. I've actually used 2 water pens at once. One to really lap up the extra water from the other one. Which, you know, if you're doing something intricate, it may or may not work for you. I was thinking of getting the Derwent water brushes, the ones that are what do you call it? A button? Was it a click? I forgot what they use, what the term was. Push button, click button. I don't know what the term is. Thank you. Yeah, the birds are a lot orangier than I thought they would come out. So probably what I'll do on that is go back with like a probably a brown, and try to tone that down. Like, I'd probably use Prismas on that. And the same with the blue. I might use a different blue. or like a lighter blue or a, I just have to test it, I guess. Anyway, I'm always losing my train of thought. Y'all probably noticed that. Eye water puddles out. You can dab. Yeah. Yeah, I know I could do that. Also, I just keep wiping my brush. If I was worried about keeping the green out of the brown, I might, obviously I'd be more careful. But since I'm not, I really like what it's doing. It's kind of, the brown is shading some of this area, so I kind of like that. Neat. Oh yeah, awesome, thanks. I was trying to do a whole picture with just ink tints, but I'm finding that more challenging because you get these uneven areas, or something is too bright, like the orange. To me, it's too bright. Let me see. Okay, now I can do the bird. Woo-wee. I think I was mentioning the other 28 last time I was going somewhere with it. It's got a lighter blue or a couple lighter blues in it, and I was very excited about those. But the way I make it lighter is either I just use less water, or I go over it with a white pen, or not pen, a white pencil when I'm done, when it's dried. I'm not being careful. I don't know what I'm going to do with the background. She only used the Pintail water brush. Ah. Yeah, I thought about not using water brushes and just using a paintbrush. I may try one time a little longer than just one area and see how I like it. If the water brush doesn't just gush out the water, I'm okay, because I can always wipe it. I don't know why that's that way. But I don't like for it to come out gushing. hope the lighting's okay. I've got 3 different lights shining at the paper. It ought to be good. Ooh, that is such an orange bird. That's okay. Oop, I missed some purple. All right, awesome. It was Tanya and Renee who recommended trying blender pens like Koi or Tombow, great for tiny areas. Oh, yeah, no, I know what you're saying. I actually got one of those pens at the beginning of my coloring journey, and it was kind of frustrating, and so I sent it back. But now I probably would be okay. I would be okay with that. I could deal with it. The other thing, probably can't find them now. Something I saw Connie use. These are the Fantastics. I just don't know how to sharpen it. Or do you sharpen it? I think it on the back, on the package, it says do not sharpen. But then how do you get that part off? Really, what I found these are good for is picking up some pigment that it's probably better with watercolor than it is with ink tints, because ink tints is ink. But with watercolor, you can kind of pick up some color with that. I'll have to find my other ones. I've got one that's got a long tip and the one that it's got a curved tip. I think this was the long tip, but I just kind of chopped it off. Blender pens, for instance, are a game changer. Oh yeah. Now I do have, I've got to know who one somewhere, but I've got this one. This is Art Skills. Certainly I have a better one than that. I had, with each Ohuhu set, you get a blender pen, and I haven't been able to find my blender pens. I think, what happened to them? I've got a Prismacolor one. It has the brush side and the bullet point side. So, but at the beginning too, I was listening to what people were saying about using the blender pens, that they were hard to clean once you were done, or something like that. I'd experiment with that too. Hey, Tanya. Yeah, I might try that too. All right. Let's see what is dry. Make sure I put my ink tints pens back in the wrong place. Good. I need to write little numbers on there, like I did with my other stuff. And let us pick some lovely Prismacolors. I did find that these grisaille work well on the top of ink tints. So I could use those instead. Although I'm not going to find all the right color for that. It'll probably be good enough. It looks like I was trying to get a orangey red color. Was it pink? I really can't tell what I was trying to do on there. It was supposed to be red. I could just get the red out. Get the red out. Let's see what that does for me. Been lurking and doing laundry and other chores. Oh, hey Mona, I'm glad you're here. Make sure this is dry enough. That's pretty good. This is just red, grisaille red. That's pretty good. Now I want to use purpley color. I do like that raspberry. Yeah, see, I'm not getting this color I want. So we'll just make it different. Let's use just plain purple. So you've got grisaille that has very few words in the name of their pencils. And then you have Faber-Castell, which has like a long name, like it was probably, maybe it is because it's British, I don't know. You'll get Caput Mortium Violet, Dark Naples Ochre, Light Yellow Ochre, all those names, and yet, and this one just says purple. Just purple. Well, I mean, it is descriptive of it being purple, but you might say, well, what kind of purple is it? Is it more of a red purple or a blue purple, or is it right in the middle? Yeah, I like how the grisaille work over the ink tints. Nice and smooth. All right, now the green. What green do I want? Guess I should take this off here. Be easier. might need to use on this other, use like a mossy green. And so I'm going to want this to go well with it. Grass. Let's use grass. Oh, and then you've got all the greens, names of the greens have green in the name. Green, Kelly green, grass green, apple green, leaf green, as if we didn't know that grass and apple, well, apple could be red, I guess. But, you know, I was writing down when I was swatching all these greens, and then the grisaille, they just have leaf, apple, lime. We do have a dark green, but everything else is just one name. And so I don't know if it's easier or harder when you're selecting colors. Grass probably would be easy to pick. Let's see, I like the Durant Color Soft over. Do you really? Interesting. I know some of you don't like the Color Soft, and then I know different artists, colorists that do like it. I'm just going to make these, make this like the dark part so that the lighter that I use there will be more of the highlight. And then I could color the vines. Whoa. Vibro hand. It's probably not Vibro hand. It's probably trimmer hand. I've got those trimmers like Emily does. It can be frustrating sometimes, but you just learn how to do things differently in order to be able to do anything. So I'm just coloring lightly here. And then dark, heavierly, coloring heavier in some spots to show shadow. Do you really? I had this idea one time of buying a small set of some of the more expensive pencils just to see how I like it. Or buying one or two pencils. I think it was Durant one time had this thing where you can request a sample pencil, and I don't remember which one of their pencils that I wanted or requested a sample of, but they never sent it to me. So I don't know if that was like a short-lived campaign to get more people buying their stuff, or if they didn't send to Texas, or what it was. But anyhow, so I thought about buying a smaller set, or one or two pencils, maybe three pencils, from the different types of Durant and even Karen Dash to see how I'd like those. But that's just kind of, I got to prioritize that too. Do I really want to spend $35 on 12 pencils or 10 pencils, however many it was? Yeah, that too. The luminance. Okay, so I've got my 3 pencils for that. And then I thought maybe on top of that I might put some sparkly stuff. I don't know. All right, let's think about this bird. Now, he's got too much green and not enough purple. So my question is, how do I neutralize that green? Or do I just color over the top the blue that I do want? Like this cerulean blue, I like that a lot. The ultramarine looks pretty good. Sapphire. Sapphire's not bad. I think cerulean's gonna end up being too turquoise. I'm trying just to use grisaille since what I started with. I'm gonna try ultramarine in the grisaille. I really need to get these in better order. Ultramarine. I'm gonna see what that looks like here. That's pretty good. Let me sharpen it. Hey Marilyn, thanks for coming in. I think I'm gonna go for another 30 minutes. And I was thinking about coming on again later, but I'm not sure. All right, I'm gonna try covering over this guy. With this ultramarine, just to tone down the green in that. Yeah, see, I like that much better. And so any of the other color that pops through will be more of a, highlights. See, I kind of even left some uncolored there. Yeah. Still, it's still very, not exactly the color, but I suppose it's okay. I just wasn't careful in the colors I chose. This is blue violet. Kind of using that as shadowy spots. Maybe a little bit on the edge. I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just experimenting. Just experimenting. Wow, okay. If I don't look at the picture of the bird and just try to, oh dear, I just dropped something important. Oh, well, the dogs are gonna get that. And just look at the bird. You know, I like it pretty well. I'm gonna use a little bit more of this red up here. Darken up some areas. The purple is sort of, yeah. I'm just putting more purple along the lines that she indicated for shadow. So I'm liking that. Cool beans. You can make a little bit of a darker green if you mix some blue in with a green. And that helps you get a shadow too. You can do that with pencils or watercolor, I guess. I don't know about watercolor, but I can definitely do that with pencils. The neighbors seem to be very busy in their yard. I don't know if you remember me saying that they were mowing last night in the dark. I think, why are they mowing in the dark? What's up with that? I don't know. Maybe they had goals. They had goals, and their goals were to mow the lawn yesterday. Okay. Really? Where did... Where did I just put that? Oh, it's right here. Goodness. All right, let's see what we can do with orange. If I want to tone down orange, but I don't want to make it red, I could try ochre. We'll just see how that works out. It may not work at all. Gotta find it. Orange apricot. So do y'all say apricot or apricot? Is that one of those words that... There it is. Everybody says differently depending on where you are. Emptying my pencil sharpener. It was so full. figured the coughing yesterday was because I inhaled 80 pounds of dirt. Oh my gosh. Yana, I'm so sorry. Oh no. And you went outside anyway? Oh, Yana, you need a rest. I used to watch Mandalorian, but okay. I think I'm liking that. Kind of tones down the orange just a little bit. I may want to even tone it down more. What else do I have? Let's try terracotta in the dark places. I'm not sure about that. I guess it's good shadow. I think it adds more orange to it than I really wanted. Let's try the raw umber. Yeah. Oh, Yana, I'm so sorry. That alien DNA will prevail. Okay. Well, I don't know if it's less orange, but it's less in-your-face orange to me. Okay, so I used, well, first I used ochre and then I used raw umber. I'm not sure you need both of those, but definitely, definitely the raw umber is helping some of that. The Tuscan, or the terracotta didn't help at all. Oh my goodness. Hot tea sounds really good. Hot tea. I can. No, it's kind of hot outside. So I kind of prefer cold tea or iced tea. The birds are singing up a storm out there. Singing up a storm. And a storm may come in later. Well, we kind of thought it was going to rain all day. Still, we're just sort of kind of... Oh, I'm going to need a darker green for that. Oh, wasn't I going to use... Well, I could stick a brown on it. I'm not sure if I want to use gray-green. Gray-green does look mossy. My puppy's talking in his sleep. Barking in his sleep. I guess he is talking. Let's see what this gray-green does. That's pretty good. I like that. Hey Sue, how are you? Thank you. It is very bright. That's what I have to say about that. It is a brighter bird than I intended, but that's okay. Okay. I need to sharpen that. Hey, Shannon, on the grisaille, have you noticed that you've got to sharpen it more often? It's almost like Prisma in that way. And is that how Lightfast is? You said these were similar to Lightfast, a good alternative. And I just wondered if Lightfast was that way also. Okay. I'm just putting some shadow, well, not really shadow, just darker areas on the vine rather than covering it completely with the grass. I can hear my husband chatting in there. He works from home. I wonder if I want that dark, it to be that dark on all of it. Like up here, I really don't need it to be that dark. And just take a little bit of that off. And then when I come in with it, I will just leave spots of it undone, uncolored with this green gray. Unless it's right down near the eggs, which I probably use green gray all around rather than just in the middle. Well, in the middle of the vines where the mossy looking stuff is. look cozier for the little eggs. Gosh, it's almost time for me to go. I'm coloring the leaves on my Maria Trulli page. I'm so bad with leaves. Oh, I haven't seen you bad at anything, Connie. All your pictures come out really nice. I forgot the bird's legs. Well, I need to color the bottom of him anyway. Let's, not sure. Grizzly only has 3 grays, other than the green gray. Warm gray, cool gray, and gray. I'm going to start out with just gray. It's supposed to be white down here. But I thought if I colored it gray, it would sort of looks like their feet are dark colored. So I could actually color their feet like that. And the beak is kind of grayish and black. Sorry, I'm way over here. And this is supposed to be grayer than this part. All right. I don't want to use a solid black. Let's see what this charcoal looks like. Charcoal kind of reminds me of sepia, or sepia, however you like to say it. Sorry about that. Oh, I am so sorry. I get out of frame so easily sometimes. Okay, I'm going to use this one like... Alright, get out of the way, bag. Like a shadow color. Let's see, the most light-handed colors. Yeah. A blue chicken to color. He's in the Maria Trulli book. I have one Maria Trulli book. I have Nightfall. I actually was working with that when I was camping. You want to see? It's still in the ugly stages, but I was just playing around with ink tints and the grizzly and just trying to get a feel for it in the book. It's not a picture that I care about, so it's got a lot of variety of things in here to color. So I'm not sure what's up with these little ghosty things. I thought about just covering over them. I do like these little things look like, what do those look like? Miniature mice. Maybe they're mice. Yeah, she's got some of the little ghosty things in some other pictures. I'm not sure what those are. Where was I? Oh, this is almost coming out. Purple. Yeah, it's almost time for my lunch. I've got something to do at noon today, and I'm gonna make sure I've had my lunch first. Cool. Boy, I like how that bird's coming out now. Really like it. Like. Yes, charcoal is a beautiful color. You can really get some shadows going on that one. I love how the grisaille goes down on paper. It's very smooth, and it's very pigmented too, which is probably, now they're not so soft that they break like Prismas, but there's something about them that are just soft, you know. And they go down nicely. So I really like how that bird came out. I may still add a few highlights onto him with maybe Posca, or I've got the Tule Art. All I want is just like a little highlight here and there. This is not wanting to come out. There it is. This one might be too gray. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just a little bit. Thanks. Well, I'm going to need to go, but I'm excited about the ink tints and the grisaille together, and I wanted to work on more of this, the leaves, on camera, but I've got to go eat lunch and get ready to do my thing at noon. And make sure, yep, it is 12. Good. 12 on 12. Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate everybody that came in and said hi, and all the lurkers and everything. And I haven't picked the color for the what is this called? The branches area, but I think I'm gonna be probably using this charcoal for most of it, and leaving some of the color from the ink tints as highlights on the nest. Anyhow, all right, thank you everybody. Shannon, Sue, Tanya, Connie, Kenny, Callie, Mona, Yana, Pickle, Sue. Did I get everybody? I think I got everybody that I can see. All right, y'all have a great weekend. I've got classes tonight, so I might be in and out at Tanya and Emily's live streams. Go get some rest, Yana. Hey, Rebel, thanks for coming in. See y'all later.